gotta hold my comments. Are we live? Are we live?
Not yet.
I just want to know, is we live? Are we live?
Almost.
Are we Facebook and YouTube live? I see live at the top left-hand corner.
There we go.
So are we live?
Yes, we are.
We are live. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Courageous Conversation. And it's your host, T.
And T.
Welcome. It has been a hot minute, man. It's been a hot minute since we had a courageous conversation. I got to first check on my co-host over there. He hopped on earlier today with a bald head. Before he had the little Channing Tatum going on now. I don't know what's going on up there. Tyler, man, what's going on with your hair, dude? What happened to your hair?
So recently, I did something for my school where I raised money and I would shave my head. It was for an organization called St. Baldrick's, where you raise some money, like a minimum of like $50. I think I got to like 500 something.
What?
And so if you're watching and you donated, thank you so much. Also, so after, like, we just signed up and everything. And so me and my friend saw it and we were like, or he brought it up to me. He was like, you want to do this? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we did 50. I got like 500 something dollars. I don't know how much he made. And so then after we shaved our heads, and yeah, they've been doing it for about 15 years at my school.
Wow, that's cool. That's real cool. So you said your goal was $50 and you got $500 from just shaving your head? Man, looks good on you, dude. I like it. Oh, wow. Well, I'm gonna have to call you Bald Head Tyler for the rest of today's conversation. Hey, everyone, it has been a while. I miss you all. Today is a very special episode. We have some extremely special guests today. We have Mr. Austin.
Unmute.
Unmute. Oh,
there you
go. There's a man, the legend. And we have his mama, Cassie. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, you two.
Hey,
how we doing?
Guys.
Let me know how is everybody feeling today? Obviously, you guys know I had a mask before I hopped on today, so I got a lot of energy today. I'm sorry.
I couldn't tell.
I'm gonna try to tone it down, but I don't know if I can today. Today's podcast is about autism awareness. It's Autism Awareness Month. And we do have a special guest on today's Courageous Conversation with autism. So without further ado, if Austin can just go on and just talk briefly about himself, you know, who you are, where you live, where you came from, what's your bank account information, you know, all those fancy things.
On the back, Social Security, all that good stuff.
So I'm actually from Plano, Illinois, but before I was living in Plano, Peatone, I used to live in Plano, and before Plano, I used to live 3 hours away up in northwest of Illinois, and hold on. So my mom, I came from northwest of Illinois, near Galena, Illinois, and I have autism. I was diagnosed with autism when I was I think I was 3 or 4 years old.
You were 2.
I was 2 years old. Oh, okay. So I was 2 years old when I had autism, and yeah.
Oh, 2 years old. So there we go. I was just about to say, Austin, you got any light back there? What if you got some ladies on here that's checking you out? I wonder what color eyes he has. You can't even see it, but now we can see though. We can see now.
Yeah.
So you said you were diagnosed at the age of 2 years old?
Yeah.
So go ahead, buddy.
What's up?
Oh.
So my question was, so as far as having, you know, autism, is there anything that you noticed that was like different?
Different, yeah. Difference between autism is a different disability, different ways of learning. We are born differently, and our brain develops differently, very differently. And I have high functioning autism,
Mhm.
which I have. Oh, I keep saying so all the time. Sorry.
It's okay,
Quick-
man.
Quick question, Austin. For those who may not know, could you explain what the difference between high functioning autism and regular autism?
The difference about autism is the brain develops differently than anyone else. There is different autism. For example, I have high functioning autism.
Now what does that one mean? What does that mean, Austin?
High functioning autism is like a normal person, but thinks differently. And low functioning autism is
Yes.
I don't know.
So low functioning, they have more issues with developmental and social. There are many times that their challenges are more of a, what do you call it? They have to maintain where they're at schooling. So they have summer school and they have a lot more inclusive classes, where Austin has high functioning Asperger's, which means he struggles with some social issues, but for the most part, he can get along well in life. Just certain things are harder for him. He has a different way of learning, a special way of learning. And so accessing that part has been one of his challenges, or our challenges, as he's grown. But he graduated high school with honors last year.
Now look at you, man. Okay.
June 2020. And he's very interested in getting into computer. Not sure if he wants to do programming for video games or if he wants to do graphic art, but definitely something along those lines.
Now, my question for you, Cassie, well, I guess my first question is I can't really see you in the camera because you have the light. It's kind of face the window. There we go. And then your audio's on mute.
Who's that handsome man behind you, by the way?
Oh, what was that? What was that guy back there?
Yeah. There we go.
So my question for you, Cassie, as far as you're obviously the mother, and finding out.
Oh, you don't have to be unmuted.
Yeah, you don't. Sorry.
1 second. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Austin had to lower his volume.
Maybe just only keep one of your mics on.
That's what I was doing.
That's what I
I'll
was
turn
turning
it on.
on. I'll turn it on.
Okay.
As far as being a mother and finding out that your child has autism, how did that make you feel, and did you have to alter certain things as far as like within your life?
I totally missed that. Austin and I were sitting too close together.
You want me
Going back to my whole. So I'm sorry, what was that question?
So my question is, finding out that your child, your son Austin, has he was diagnosed with autism. I mean, how did that make you feel as far as being a mother? And did you have to adjust certain things that you were doing in life to accommodate?
Well, I was a single mom, and he was showing signs of he'd spin in circles, hit his head on things. He had language, but then lost it. And so the first step was going to Easter Seals and doing an evaluation, developmental evaluation, physical, occupational, all kinds of stuff. And then from there, we were, he had to get some tests done. He had tubes put in his ears, and within a week, he started making eye contact. And then he was evaluated at La Rabida Hospital with a developmental doctor, who then came back and said it was autism. But before the official diagnosis, we had started therapy at home
Mm-hmm.
So he was about 22 months old when he started that. Diagnosis was at 2 years. And, you know, as much as you know and you can prepare and everything like that, it was still very hard to swallow.
Yeah.
Because you can't just make it better. You can't make life easier. And the last thing you want to do is see any of your children struggle. So my way of coping with all of it was research, as much research as I could, educating others about Austin, because the world has to prepare for him, not just him for the world.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to keep a strong support system for him has been very important also. And so yeah, it was difficult. You want to hear, no, the diagnosis is your child's fine, but that wasn't reality. So reality was that he had some extra challenges. We had to do therapy in the home, speech therapy twice a week, occupational therapy, social therapy, and then he started school at 3 years, and he's always been able to progress, close the gap in his development, in his delay. So that's always been a big thing for us, is that he's had the ability and the drive to learn more and advance. But that's not always the case for everybody.
Absolutely not. And I think that because a little bit of background about myself, I work with people with special needs and disability. I was a fitness director for a advocacy group. So I was always around, people who had, challenges, and they just were just, a tad bit different. But I did work with a couple of clients that had autism, and there was always one thing that they were like really, 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 really good at, like outstandingly good at.
Mm-hmm.
I had one client that was like, he was just amazing at doing puzzles. Like I can put a 300-piece puzzle right in front of him, and he'll complete it in like 30 minutes. So is that I always wanted that. Is that true though? Is there like just something that you almost obsessed with, really good at it?
They tend to be, with autism, they tend to be atypical, so analytical. And things tend to have to be a specific way. Austin's not quite like that. With, he allows for gray in his life, not just black and white. So it's always been a challenge, balancing overstimulating and not stimulating him enough. And, so the fact that we have solutions there for him is wonderful. But for him, he's really good with art and music and computers. And that does tend to be, when they have a specific interest, they tend to obsess over it and be perfectionists. So it has to be a specific way. And if it's that way, everybody tends to be in awe of how well they did in those specific areas.
Awesome. What would you say has been like the most biggest challenge growing up?
Hold on, I couldn't hear. Can you say that again?
What would you say that has that's been like the biggest challenge and hurdle to get over as you are getting older and more mature? How old are you?
I am 19 years old. I was born in 2001, and I have hard time socializing with some people. For example, I tend to get nervous and get anxiety sometimes every time I meet people, especially with girls. And to be honest, I wasn't never afraid of socializing before, but since I've been through a lot that I had to dealt with, I have hard time socializing people, and it can get hard sometimes. But at the same time, I try the best I can to socialize. Yeah, I am also nervous around girls that I like sometimes because I always not sure if I might offend someone, offend a girl or try not to get someone angry. Okay, like I don't like getting people uncomfortable from me, so I try not to make them uncomfortable as possible. Same thing with people too, not just girls, just people in general. I try not to make them uncomfortable, so I try not to I try to say something that I don't have to get them all angry, get them all upset or anything like that.
Something like what? I mean, have you ever said something that was that actually made a girl like upset or mad? Nowadays, man, you can't say anything. I mean, you can say the slightest thing like, oh, you know, I feel like anything now kind of tick off women. So that's you have to really be worried about. And if you need any what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, tips or I don't
Got
know.
an awesome wingman right here.
Yeah, man, I was about to
for your
say, you can
information.
ask Mr. Tyler Saylor over there. I hear he's quite the ladies.
They have two different methods.
What's Austin's method?
Austin is very sweet and complimentary. His dog just jumped up on him.
I mean, Austin, you don't got to worry about saying anything. I think women love that.
He will ask people how their day's going, open doors, tell them they're beautiful or pretty, or what they're wearing looks nice.
I think I might have to get some tips off you, actually.
Chivalry never dies. Just remember that.
Yep.
Okay, man, even raised right. I love that.
Yeah.
Here's a tip for guys that are looking for girls. Don't be one of those people that
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. Just be civilized, nice men. Like be gentlemen. Like don't be mean. Just use your chivalry. Chivalry never dies. Okay, just
fellas. If I have any fellas watching this, if you need some consulting. Seems like
Austin.
Austin.
Up. We will get you in contact with Austin immediately.
Austin sounds like the quite consultant.
Now, Austin, I have a question for you. Austin,
he can dance. He can sing.
Is there any Austin? This is for you. Is there anything that you wish other people should you think all people should know about people who have autism?
I just want people to just understand the concept of what autism is. Meaning, I want people to know that autistic people, either they're low functioning, high functioning, or both.
They still have feelings.
They have feelings. They still bleed. They still cry.
They want to fit in and be accepted.
Yeah. I want to fit in and just be accepted, just like everybody. Autistic people are human too. Okay, just like everybody's human. We're all gonna. Sometimes we're all gonna have good times and bad times, but you gotta know we're human beings too. And I would definitely like people to learn more about autism so they can understand people when they're having a hard time. Like if you're going to a public store and you see someone getting overwhelmed, please give them a hand, because you don't know if this guy's been through a lot, or this guy has a woman or a kid or that.
Sometimes life is hard.
Yeah, life is hard. Yep. Yeah, and just we need to be all people need to help each other no matter what, because
Absolutely.
we are born, we have blood, we have feelings.
Absolutely. What motivates you, Austin? Where do you get your motivation from?
Motivation from?
Yeah, you
Keeps
understand?
you going?
Mm.
Is there something like you look
What
forward to?
motivates you to be who you are?
What motivates for who I am? Just try to be my mom. My mom tells me everything about it. She's been raising me since I was 2 years old.
Since you were 2?
No, since I was a baby.
Since you were born, yes.
Since I was born, and I never had that much father figure. Well, sort of have father figures.
But
Yeah, but
I'm
my
raised
mom.
by a single mom, and I help guide you, right?
Yeah, and
So
my mom
you-
also showed me what the real world is, or what it looks like. Not the real world isn't all rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes.
Sometimes we go through hard times, and as long as we keep trying our best, you know, that's all that anyone can ask for. And we stick together and work out a plan.
Absolutely. I love that. I wish everyone, I wish the world functioned, that way.
Mhm.
But, a lot of people are just selfish and really care about themselves. We will be much more efficient if we all just kind of lend a hand out and help guide each other. But
We rise by lifting others, and that's one of my favorite things.
absolutely.
My success is measured by my children's well-being, happiness, adjustment. So I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. So I guess what I'm gonna lead to is next is what's next, Austin? What's now that you just close out school, what do you get into now as far as the next chapter in life? And are you and has it been challenges to where you want to to where you're headed?
And meeting new people.
We just moved out and we are meeting new people, and we are trying to start a new path again. And my future plan is I am not sure yet, but
we're still trying to figure that out.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
We're networking and meeting new people in the area that are like-minded. And so right now we're kind of trying to see where we fit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And for those that don't know, Austin and both Cassie are part of the Bridge the Gap family. And, Cassie does a lot of things, behind the scenes. And, I just want to obviously, just share how thankful I am to have you part of the Bridge the Gap family, as well as you, Austin. Austin is actually on our youth team. So, the youth come up with plans to, figure out how to give back to the community. So our youth board, I don't really like to call it youth board, but our youth group, the Cool Kids Club, cool things to do in the community. So you both are amazing. Both are very strong. We truly do appreciate what you do for BTG.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
We appreciate
That definitely not go unnoticed. So
I have some information on someone who is like-minded and just moved to the area as well, who is looking to get involved. And so networking through that and finding out where we will fit into our community as well as growing our Bridge the Gap community.
Absolutely. So for the people that want to learn more about autism, is there any place where you would recommend them going to?
I usually recommend going on YouTube and going on Google and Google about what autism is or what it's like to have autism, or my suggestion is to go to Facebook and go to autism groups, and you can learn more about those.
Yes, Austin is part of a few autism groups for young adults and what have you. That way he can have a community of people who truly get the struggles. I can only understand so much. I can see what he goes through, but I can't go through it for him. And so he likes to reach out and get some information from the internet. Oh, you're gonna put me on now? So I'm part of some parenting groups because it comes with, its own challenges being a parent of someone with special needs, and getting people to understand. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of that you have it. I know a lot of people with high functioning autism kind of have this shame because they are so self-aware that they know that there's something different about them, and they wish they can't. A lot of times they can't understand it, why they're that way either. So it's hard to get them to explain and articulate what it is that we can do to help. So being a part of a community where he has others who understand exactly what he's going through has been really nice and supportive for him and myself as a mother.
Absolutely. Is there anything you, Tyler? Did you have anything that you want to add?
For Austin, is there anything that like really bothers you the most that people always or sometimes will do to you, not or like knowing that? Is there anything I don't know how to word it exactly, but like
Do people treat you differently because of your autism? And
like
if
what's
they
one
do,
thing
what bothers you?
Yeah,
bothers
kind
you
of
the most?
me, like sometimes they'll talk like I'm very different, like I'm special,
Like you're slow?
like I'm slow, like I'm very slow.
Mhm.
And I also get bothered by people's judgments and rejections, and that's what bothers me.
But you're intelligent, and so people giving him the chance to get to know him outside of the diagnosis. Now, Tyler, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
What
Which
was
Tyler?
it like growing up with my nephew Tyler? Growing up with a cousin with autism, an older cousin.
What's the question?
Can't hear you.
What was the
You
question?
didn't hear me? I said, what was it like growing up with an older cousin who has autism?
Well, as you may know, we'll keep the stories to ourselves, but getting older, it's nice to have him around. I don't see him different because I grew up with him. So I was like, that's Austin, that's how he is. I don't see him any different than anybody else. So I've always looked at him as somebody equal to anybody else. Not that he's not, but I never really looked at it like, whoa, he has a disability. I just thought that's my cousin and that's how he is. So, and then getting older, he's hanging out with me and my friends. It's cool to have him around. I'll go to the park with him, even though he lives like an hour away, and there will be kids like saying, whoa, what's up, Austin? Like, it's awesome to like, because I get him with kids from school that go like to schools all over the city, and they know him.
Right. Yeah.
I actually, I didn't even know Austin had autism, to be honest with you.
A lot of people are surprised.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Crystal had told me. So, I mean, hey, man, I think you're a great dude. You keep being you. Don't try to bite your tongue. Something that you feel that you want to express, hey, share it, man. But that's all. I mean, Ty, do you have anything else that you want to ask?
Not that I can think of. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you for watching. Thank you
Absolutely.
Thank you
for
for watching,
coming
guys.
in.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
Thank
thank you for coming in, answering these questions.
Absolutely, man. And don't forget,
As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you have any suggestions, or constructive criticism, I guess.
it's all welcome over here. Leave a
You
thumbs up.
can email us any ideas, anything. We're always open. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment.
And we do
Yeah.
have a special
In April is Autism Awareness Month, so
Yes.
we light it up blue.
Don't forget to light your
Light it up blue.
light it up blue, guys. On your streets, in your house, heck, even your bathroom if you want.
Support autism and other disabilities, learning disabilities.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes Courageous Conversation for Autism Awareness Month. It's your boy T,
And T.
and we are